Hello, everyone, and welcome to another special edition of The Danny Show. I'm your host, Daniel Cody. This is where I give commentary and reviews on all things wrestling. Thank you guys so much for joining. Let's get started with today's review of Monday Night Raw from New York City. And if you haven't seen it, be sure to check out my top 10 favorite matches from New York City, which is up right now. Be sure to check it out and let me know what is your favorite MSG or NYC memory. Couple of fun facts before we get started. You notice I'm wearing an Eddie Guerrero t-shirt. It was in Madison Square Garden WrestleMania 20 where Eddie Guerrero faced Kurt Angle for the WWE Championship and was successful. Speaking of the WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes came out tonight, made a special appearance, but to everyone's surprise and excitement, Stephanie McMahon, who is this year's Hall of Famer, made her appearance to warn Cody Rhodes about who Randy Orton is. Although Cody does have a point that I do have a big idea who he is. I mean, I was there when I was babysitting him when he got drunk, apparently, and or whatever. And I was around when he did some of the most dastardly things, most of them against Stephanie McMahon. You know who else was there for all of this? Ted DiBiase. And I would like to say real quick, congratulations, Ted DiBiase was found not guilty by the grace of the man he believes in, the Almighty God. He was found not guilty on fraud charges, and I'm glad about that. If he is guilty of doing anything when he was supposed to be doing the work of the good Lord, then lightning probably would have struck in some way. Not literally, but we all know how the man above works. So I'm happy that he's innocent. And legend has it that Ted DiBiase was seen in a short making a call about April in Las Vegas, saying book it. So that excited me. I don't know if he was for real, but that excited me. So I hope we get to see Ted DiBiase Jr. at WrestleMania to see where he stands with this issue between Cody and Randy Orton. Now, Cody Rhodes did thank Stephanie McMahon for giving the great words of advice and then walked off, and Stephanie McMahon looked back like a proud mother and teacher as Cody Rhodes said thank you for the advice and the warning. Everything she said was true. May I just point out that Stephanie McMahon gets a better ovation than her husband. Obviously, fans are still angry about what happened at Saturday night's main event. I think everybody stopped liking Triple H when he did what he did at Saturday night's main event and how he booked that. I still don't think Triple H is doing too bad, as we see tonight was pretty good. My thoughts and prayers are with iShow's Speed, of course, because he is still under the curse. And now everything he gets in contact with gets cursed because now the Visions, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory are the Raw Tag Team Champions. The Usos got new theme music, but that means nothing because they lost. Darn. Usos need a rematch. And of course, LA Knight was involved, and this all started because Speed accidentally hit him. And it was so funny when Paul Heyman said, "Stick with the Vision. We'll protect you. Go on, just keep him safe, guys. The Usos are gonna kill him." That's my best Paul Heyman impersonation. I'm sorry, it's not the best. Speaking of Paul Heyman got a half ovation from New York City because he's from there when he was there to help Brock Lesnar. Of course, that got separated by everybody. We didn't get to see Oba and Brock go at it for the second time because it was broken up by security. Hope Oba doesn't get fined for shoving Adam Pearce out of the way. Of course, later on that night, Paul Heyman is a meme when the look on his face was fearful when Seth Rollins appeared, and then he got struck in the back. But what we were not expecting was Gunther to come out and put Seth Rollins to sleep. He even tried to half do Debo from Friday. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Now, if you watch Friday, we're used to it here like, go to sleep. Go to sleep. But in any event, moving forward, Gunter tried to make it look like an European version of the movie Friday. But now we're going to get Seth versus Gunter. I believe that's going to be an excellent match, and I'm looking forward to it. I hope Seth wins, but if Gunter wins, it'll just help us hate him more. Well, I don't want to use the word hate, but I think it's going to just help us kayfabe despise him more, if you will. Now, when Paul Heyman is done with his crazy business, we have Penta, after having an opening contest with Kofi Kingston, he issued a challenge which was put in a ladder match where now Javon Evans, Dragon Lee, Rusev, and of course JD McDonough from the Judgment Day will be involved. Let's see how that goes. Also, we saw Liv Morgan. I have to say, Liv Morgan got personal. She used the B word in Spanish. She said some mean things in a promo to call out Stephanie Vaquer. And I know Liv Morgan had a plan, because there is no way any woman is ready to fight in heels. Liv Morgan was wearing high heel boots to the ring and called out Stephanie Vaquer for a fight. Of course, she was assisted by Roxanne Perez, who returned from injury, as rumor told us Roxanne would do. Of course, obviously, this is part of Liv's plan, because there's no way you're going to fight somebody by yourself one-on-one in heels unless you have a backup plan. Heels are not fighting shoes. Unless your name is Nina and Anna Williams and you're on a video game, fighting in heels is not your first idea as fighting shoes as a woman. If you're a woman, that is. Moving forward, pretty good stuff tonight. I know Stephanie Vaquer is going to be looking for revenge. Ice Joe Speed continues to be cursed and curse everything that comes around him. We found out, first of all, who is Randy Orton talking to? Is he talking to Ted DiBiase or The Rock? We might want to finish this story between The Rock and Cody Rhodes, so who knows? Moving forward, tonight we saw Roman Reigns and CM Punk have a confrontation that exploded into another brawl, which saw this time CM Punk put Roman Reigns through the announce table. But what interests me was Roman Reigns secretly smiling to get back at CM Punk? Because this time the tables have turned. Either way, I think it's going to be a great match at WrestleMania. Great to see Triple H step out to separate the two. I think people are still mad at Triple H because of what happened to John Cena. Speaking of John Cena is going to host WrestleMania, where he won his unprecedented 17th World Heavyweight Championship. And my question is, will Randy Orton win a 15th championship at the expense of Cody Rhodes? Will we see Ted DiBiase at WrestleMania? Let's stay tuned to find out. Same Dan E time, same Dan E channel. Well, I'm your host, Dan Cody. That's all the time I have for you today, and I'll be back with another great review on all things wrestling. Now I'm about to go and finish WrestleMania 1, where King Kong Bundy had a 9-second victory, where we saw the Junkyard Dog fight for the Intercontinental Championship, but he only won by countout. And we saw the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov take on Bray Wyatt, God rest his soul's father and uncle, who were the tag team champions, and unfortunately for them, lost to the Iron Sheik and Nikolai. By the way, I want to say this. Finn Balor will be facing Simple and 9 Dom. Let me tell you something. The heat that Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov, drew when they did the national anthem. If these guys paved the way for people like Dominic Mysterio to be good at getting heat, because those guys got heat so well, fans actually started throwing trash during the whole segment where Volkov was singing the Russian anthem, which Rusev, by the way, came to the ring to at WrestleMania 31 to face and lose to this year's host of WrestleMania, John Cena. And now I'm about to go finish WrestleMania 1. Then I'm going to rewatch the night where Seth Rollins and CM Punk fought inside the steel cage before Roman Reigns ironically came and attacked everyone and threw CM Punk, this year's WrestleMania opponent, into the cage. But that's my fun because we're still in New York mode. Have fun, everyone. Stay safe. See you next time.